How did you become a part of MOTIV? Tommy.Poiron, Poiron, sorry if I butchered that. But when I first came on tour, I simply just made a call to Brett Spangler, our tour rep. He's from Indiana. He was actually coaching high school when I was in high school, so he watched me develop from a pretty young age, since I was about 15 or 16 years old. So when I decided to come on tour, he had treated me very, very well in 2011 at the U.S. Open, and I remembered that. And Brett Spangler is 100% the reason why that I'm a part of the MOTIV team today. But the reason I have stayed for so long is, one, the equipment is very good, and two, it's the closest thing to a family you're ever going to find outside of your actual family. And I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. What can a bowler do to be more consistent? David_Miller_22. I would say find some drills that work for you. Obviously, there's tons of drills out there. We got to use the ones that work for you. I was fortunate when I was growing up, I had access to a bowling center. So what I used to do is I used to take 2 quarters, wrap them in tape so when I hit them, they didn't scratch the lane. But I put them out at the arrows, a couple of boards apart, and I would put them out there like this, throw shots between them, and I wouldn't leave. Sometimes I'd stay at the bowling center 3 or 4 in the morning because I wouldn't leave until I threw 50 shots in between those 2 quarters in a row. But one thing you can do is like using one-step drills and no-step drills to really feel where the bowling ball is in your swing, get your timing down, and getting those 2 things working in order, getting your timing good, will help you be a little bit more consistent. How do you put more revs on the ball? The_Beebs. Well, to get more revs on the bowling ball, one of the things that you need to do, if you're not doing it already, is to really make sure that you're working from the inside part of the bowling ball, which is going to be the part that's closest to your slide leg. You have to get your hand inside the bowling ball to be able to release it this way and create that leverage at the bottom of the swing to create a little bit more rev rate. And another thing is to make sure that you use your legs to create the ball speed instead of having to try to use your arm to create the ball speed, which will free up your muscles in your arm to be able to work the inside part of the ball a little bit better and to create a little bit more effortless power. That's what we're looking for, is effortless power. Which is your favorite oil pattern? Mac 401. I have a couple favorites. There's a couple that I've had a lot of success on over the years. I really enjoy bowling on the bear pattern. It's the closest thing we have to what the old US Open pattern was. Old US Open was basically 40 feet and dead flat, 1-to-1, gutter to gutter. The bear we bowl on now, I think, is about 1.5-to-1, so it's very close to what the US Open used to be. And it challenges you, and I really enjoy it. Also the TOC, we always bowl on something, again, around 40 feet. 38 to 41, I think, has been the variance in that tournament over the years. And I've had a lot of success. So anything in that 40-foot range, I tend to perform pretty well on. I think it matches to my game pretty well. Advice for a two-hander switching to one-handed. Other missed 773_. This is not something that we see very often. So my advice to you is to use things that you learned by bowling two-handed, at creating rev rate and creating power, and implement those things into the one-handed approach. There's a lot of similarities in between the two that you can use for both. Find those similarities that work for you and use them to your advantage. And that would be my best advice for you, switching from 2 to 1.